Okay, everybody. So today is our presentation about our info session about our bootcamp, which will start on April 21st. So today we're going to give you all the information that are needed for you so that you have the information and you have to do an educated decision about the bootcamp. We're going to tell you about the tools that we teach, the way that we teach. We're going to tell you about the schedule and the price and everything. And also we're going to invite a couple of our alumni who did this bootcamp, and then you can ask the questions to them. They'll try to answer your questions to you. Okay. I'll try to go through the presentation, and then when we have our guests, I'm going to go over your questions with them. And then again, we're going to continue with the presentation, and then at the end, we're going to get your other questions at the end with at our Q&A session. Okay. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Elion Limanai, and I've been for 20 years now as a software developer. And when I say this one, I feel old, but thanks God we have the experience, and we can help people. So today we're going to talk about our bootcamp, which is a software testing bootcamp. And of course, there are also other terminology that are used for it. One of them is software tester. Another one is SDET, software development engineer in test, quality assurance engineer. All of these titles, right? You're going to be able to, right, to apply for this type of job at the end of the bootcamp. Okay. So very important, the start date of the bootcamp is April 21st. Even though it looks like we have 2 more months, there is plenty of time, but it's good for you to reserve your spot and to start preparing for it, because it will start on April 21st, and then for 6 months, it will be, you'll learn a lot of things, and then after 6 months, you're going to start applying for jobs, and you're going to be able to, let's say, land a job in different companies. So why should you consider an IT career? It's because there are, right, I mean, I can give a quick example. If you remember, guys, during COVID-19, right, a lot of people, they lost their jobs, but I can tell you that people that were working in IT, not only they didn't lose their job, but there were a lot of people who were able to do multiple jobs, or there were a lot of people who were able to find the job during this time, because we are seeing that IT is growing more and more, and a lot of softwares, right, a lot of software are being created, and a lot of actually software testers are being hired because they need to test the software. So the salaries are high, right? And then, as I said, it's growing IT every day, especially now with AI. A lot of people are scared when we talk about AI. They think that it's going to take our job. I can tell you that it's not going to take our job. If we learn about technology, we are the people which will be able to have even more job openings and a lot of way to enter this sector. Okay. And one of the things is that I have had a lot of friends of mine or people that I know that came from, especially from other countries, even though their English is not perfect, right? If they go, for example, if they are from education or from let's say nurses, or I don't know, finance, when they try to work in their area, it's difficult for them to find a job, because probably you might need a perfect English, right? Like a native speaker. Here in the United States, we're talking about United States and Canada. But with IT, right? With IT, it's possible for them to find a job because as long as you have the knowledge, as long as you know the tools and you can do the job, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter to have a perfect English. So software testing is one of the parts of IT. So when we talk about IT, is very broad, right? It's like we know about network. We can talk about software development. We can talk about database architecture, DevOps, cybersecurity, different fields of IT. And software testing is one of the areas, right? One of the areas of IT. And our bootcamp is concentrated only for software testing. So why software testing is good? Because it's a very great way to start a career in IT. So even if you don't have any background, as I said, in 6 months, you can learn all the tools. In 6 months, you'll be able to land the job in this career. The jobs, right, are high paying, are more than 90,000 a year for a person working in this field. And you are part of software development team, which means that you're working with software developers. So software testers and software developers are working side by side. So the developers are creating the product, are creating the application, and the testers are making sure that it's working as it is expected. Okay. As I said, no IT background is required. Of course, you need to learn the tools. Of course, you need to let's say, be able to do this job at the end. But when you start the bootcamp, you don't need any IT background because you can learn those tools in 6 months. And then after that, of course, you can work in different tech companies. A good thing is that a lot of companies are expecting you to work from home. Of course, depending on the company, some of them, they want you to go to the office. Some of them you can work from home. And sometimes they also make it as hybrid. So I don't know, once or twice a week, you should go to the office, depending on the company, depending on the job offer, okay? So our bootcamp, right? So what is a bootcamp? A bootcamp is an alternative to a 4-year degree college, right? Of course, you can have your degree, but sometimes even if you finish college, sometimes even if you finish your master's degree, you're not able to find a job. So when we're talking about bootcamp, this will give you all the necessary tools, all the necessary knowledge for you to be able to do this specific job. You don't learn everything, right? You don't learn everything that is in IT, but only those specific tools that are needed for you as a software tester. So as I said, is a career focus, right? So we're talking about a specific career, software testing. So you're going to learn the programming language. You're going to learn about coding. You're going to learn about some tools that are used in this field. And then, as I said, our primary goal, guys, with this bootcamp is to help you find the job at the end. Always we ask, like there are people who are asking about certificates and talking about, I don't know, different things. So the purpose of the bootcamp, right, is for you to find a job at the end. I mean, giving you a certificate, and if you don't find the job, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is for you to be able to find the job and to start working as a software tester. So there are different, right? There are different titles that we're talking here, but you can work, you can apply on the jobs that have one of these titles. Software development engineering test, or short as that. Another one is automation test engineer. Another one is quality assurance engineer, or QA engineer, or QA automation. Software tester, quality analyst, test lead. So one of these titles, you can apply for one of these titles in the field when you're gonna be done with the bootcamp. So as I said, you are gonna start the bootcamp, right? It's gonna start on April 21st. That's very important for you to know the date. And during 6 months, this is an accelerated course. So during these 6 months, I'm gonna explain to you the schedule and everything. You are going to learn all those tools that are needed. You're going to have homework. You're going to have real projects so that you can experience real life, right? Real life project, however it's done in the field. So to start this bootcamp, no IT background is required, but this is important. A valid work authorization is required. What does it mean? So we're talking here about people who are going to apply for jobs in United States and Canada. You need to have a work authorization in United States and Canada. So if you are from another country, then you're not able to work in this country here. So I want you to know upfront so that you don't have, I don't know, fake hope, right? So I want you to know this information before you start the bootcamp. So after 6 months, after doing this, all those homework, all those tasks, all those projects, and learning everything, then you're going to apply, right? You're going to earn these titles, and you can apply for software development engineering test, quality assurance engineer, software tester. The salary range is between 80,000 and 130. Of course, most of our students have found a job with 100K plus. But of course, depending on the company, depending on the place, depending on the state, it might be right within this range. And of course, we had a couple of, we have some cases that they even go beyond this one, right? So they even go more than 130. But of course, this is the general range of the salary, okay? So one of the things, guys, after you're done with the bootcamp, after you work as a software tester for 1 or 2 years, maybe you want to go even beyond that one, right? So after that one, you can learn some more tools. I don't know, like for 1 or 2 more months, you can do another bootcamp, or I don't know, learn some tools in Udemy course or stuff like that. And then after that, you can also jump to other paths in your career. So you can become a software developer. You can become a project manager, Scrum Master, so cybersecurity analyst, right? It's very easy for you to jump to these other areas of the IT, DevOps engineer, as I said, database architect, right? So different things. But of course, our bootcamp is the first step for you to start from a different background, start in the IT background. And then after that, you can grow even more. It's up to you, okay? So how is the flow of our course? So we teach to you manual testing. So we have also people are asking this question. Without knowing manual testing, guys, you cannot learn about the coding, you cannot learn about, or you cannot do the automation testing, okay? So manual testing is the first part of the bootcamp, when you learn about how to test the software manually. And then after you do this one, of course, you can also apply for jobs as a manual tester, but the salaries are low. Maybe there are around $60,000, $70,000. And of course, there are not a lot of job openings because now more and more automation has started to be used in the IT industry, and especially in the software testing industry. So that's why we also want you to learn coding. So the first 3 months, you're going to learn about programming language, which is Java, and we're going to talk about the tools that we teach you later. So you're going to learn about programming. Then you learn about automation tool. You learn about test engineer Cucumber, so that you are able to, right, you're able to test the software, the front end, whatever the user sees, and to create reports and to test if there is a problem with the software. Because the job, so I just want you to know, the job of a software tester is to make sure that the software is working as expected. If something goes wrong, if you click somewhere and the software crashes, you as a software tester, your job is to find it before it goes to the customers and to report it to the team so that they can fix it before they do the update. You don't want the customers to find these problems, right? So that's why the software testers are very important for the company, because they find these problems before it goes to the customers. So automation, right? Automation, you learn about automation testing tools. After learning these 3 things here, guys, you can work as front-end software tester. So of course, maybe there are a lot of technical terminology here, but we're going to teach you these things during the bootcamp, right? But we don't want you to only know these things. We also teach backend. So database and API is the back part of the software. So software testers are expected to test the front part of the software, but also the back part, where the database, where the data are stored. So the software testers will also test that part. So if you know front-end testing, and if you know back-end testing, you can apply for jobs that are front-end testing. You can apply for jobs that are looking for back-end testers, but also you can apply for jobs that are looking for full-stack testers, because you know both of them, and then you're considered as full-stack tester. So you have more opportunities to apply and more places to apply. So this is, right, the technical tools that we teach. Of course, we also prepare you for the resumes, how to answer the questions, how to build your resume, all these things, because you need to have a solid resume, so that you can apply for different jobs. You can apply for different jobs in this career. And then at the end, also, while you're applying for jobs, we also going to teach you how to apply, where to apply, right? There are a lot of different job applying places like LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Glassdoor, all of those places. But of course, even there are tricks, because when you apply, maybe even the day that you apply, the time that you apply is very important, so that you are exposed to more recruiters. Okay, so we're going to help you also with, let's say, career placement, even when you're looking for a job. So these are the tools that we teach during our bootcamp. I don't want you to be scared, guys, because we have done this one, right? We have done this one 6 times so far. So this is our 7th batch. So a lot of students are graduated. A lot of students have learned these tools, and they have been able to find jobs. Here, the most important part here is Java. So you're going to learn about Java programming language. Why Java? Because Java is one of the strongest programming language, one of the commonly used programming languages. Maybe you can go to a company which is using a different programming language, but as long as you know Java, they may hire you even if they're using different programming language, because you can learn very quickly other languages as long as you know one of them, especially a good one. So this is, as I said, the first 3 months, you're going to learn about programming language. And then after you have a good foundation, on top of that, then we're going to continue teaching you Selenium. So Selenium is how to test the front part of the software, whatever a user can see. Then you're going to learn about, right, JUnit. You're going to learn about Jira software. Jira software is a let's say, software management tool, which is used in the companies, in the technology companies, to split the job. So you're going to do this part. You're going to test this part, right? So Jira software, it's taught in the bootcamp because it's going to be used in the company, right? You're going to learn about MySQL, which is, we talked about database, right? How to test, right? How to write queries. You're going to learn about Postman and Rest Assured, which is again backend, which is API testing. You're going to learn about Maven, Git, Jenkins, TestNG. All these tools will be taught to you one by one. We're going to spend 3 months with Java, 1 month with Selenium, and then 1-2 weeks with different tools, right? Depending on the tool. So what we offer in our bootcamp. So we are going to, right, not only teaching you, but of course, we also going to provide hands-on experience. So you're going to be exposed to real projects to simulate the work environment. So whatever is done in the work environment, for example, you're using their Slack, you're using their Jira, you're using their Git, whatever is used in the companies as of right now, those tools will be taught to you, and you're going to be able to experience them with projects, okay? And then how to collaborate with other people in the team, right? So you're going to have group projects so that you're going to see, right? You're going to collaborate with other people in the team. You are going to learn all the methods, the strategies and tools that are used, right, in the current technology, right, at the trend as of right now. So all the courses are online as of right now, right? I'm doing our presentation here online. You're watching it from home. The same thing will be the courses. Everything will be online. You don't need to come to New Jersey. You don't need to come anywhere. You can watch it from your home. Not only you're going to be able to watch the courses online, but the good thing is also after that is when the class is finished, also it will be recorded and it will be shared with you. So you can also watch it later. Maybe you want to rewatch it. Maybe you had some, I don't know, couldn't join the class, and you will be able to watch the class later because everything will be recorded and everything will be shared with you. So we're going to have one-on-one training and mentorship support for you, right, during the bootcamp. And as I said, even after the bootcamp, how to apply for the jobs. And we're going to push you to apply more and more to the companies. Why? Because when we explain about our pricing process, right, we're splitting that in 2 parts. So one part is during the bootcamp, and the second part is only after you find a job, because we want you, right, we want to push you until you find the job. And then, as I said, we're going to prepare you, right, for the market. So how to prepare your resume, right? We're going to have classes how to prepare your resume. We're going to do mock interviews. Mock interviews, what these are. So at the end of the bootcamp, after you learn everything, we want to make sure that you are ready to apply for jobs in the market. So we're going to do a one-on-one mock interview with you to see if you're ready there. So we're going to ask you some questions from Java, from Selenium, database, API, TestNG, all these tools that we teach. And then if you answer them, then you're ready for the market, and then we give you the green light, and then you can prepare your resume and start applying for the jobs. If you're not ready yet, we're going to tell you that you have these problems here and there, so you need to restudy those topics and then come back to another second mock interview, which one of our mentors or instructors will do to you. And then, as I said, right, even after you're done with the bootcamp, we're going to help you to find the job. We're going to push you to find the job. You're going to be able to go yourself to the interviews, to be able to answer the questions, and to be able to get an offer yourself. But of course, we're going to push you. We're going to help you. Even when you get an offer, you're going to come to our team and you're going to say, you know what? I got 2 offers. Which one is better? Can you help me? Or maybe the recruiter is asking me to share my information, my green card information. Is he allowed to ask those questions? Should I share those information with him? Even those things, we're going to help you, right, when you're applying for jobs. And even when you get 2 offers, which one is better, so that you can maximize your compensation to be able to get the best from the market, okay? So this is our schedule. So by the way, guys, you need to know that all the times here are Eastern time, are New York and New Jersey time, okay? So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 3 days a week from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. So 3 hours on Tuesday, 3 hours on Wednesday, 3 hours on Thursday. So nine hours during the week. These are the classes. Saturday and Sunday, 4 hours from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And on Sunday also from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So it's 17 hours of classes that will be live as of right now. You can ask questions. The instructor will teach you and also will answer your questions. Besides this, we're going to give you homework. besides this, we're going to give you projects and stuff so that you are really prepared for the job. So during these 6 months, you learn everything that you need for this career, okay? So if you are in different time zone, guys, if you are in California, make sure that you do your own calculation and see what are the times for you. For example, if you are in California, during the weekdays, it will be from 4 to 7 p.m. And during the weekends will be from 8 to 12 p.m., right? So 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. So make sure that you know when the time is and arrange yourself accordingly. Because as I said, the boot camp will start on April 21st. It will be there for 6 months. During 6 months, you need to study. You need to commit. You need to dedicate yourself, because that is how you are able to find the job at the end. So if you don't study, guys, if you say, I'm going to take the boot camp, I'm not going to study, and at the end, I'm going to find a job. That's not possible, right? If you want to change your career, if you want to find a job at the end, you have to take this boot camp seriously. You have to make sure that you study. So I want from you guys, one, to be able to join the classes, right? To be able to take this boot camp seriously, to dedicate yourself. And then at the end, I assure you that you'll be able to, right? You'll be at the level that you'll be able to find a job in different companies. So we, as I said earlier, we have a couple of students here, which actually are alumni, which were students before. So if they're there, can you please raise your hand so that we can make you panelist? Hey, Gloria, how are you doing?
Hi, Elian. How are you?
Good, good. How are you? Like, I've not seen you for
I
maybe a year right now. So how are you
know.
doing? By the way, so we have invited you, and Dan, are you here? Can you please share your camera too, so that maybe you can, as I said, introduce yourself, explain about your experience doing bootcamp, and there will be a lot of questions here, which we're gonna direct them to you, and you're going to try to answer the questions of the people that are here in the webinar.
Okay. So hey everybody, my name is Gloria. I am an alumnus of the Neotech Academy. Um, when I joined the program, I didn't really know much about I'm not gonna say I didn't know much about testing, but my background was more so in healthcare. So I didn't have any tech experience per se, outside of just doing things on my own, like, building websites or something like that. So I didn't know anything about coding, Java, SQL, or anything like that. So it was actually one of my husband's friends that told me about the boot camp. And that's how I got started with it. And I learned so much. And right after the boot camp, I did study a lot, and I also applied to a lot of jobs daily, because that's also important too, because you're going to get back whatever effort you put into it. So in applying for a lot of jobs, I was able to secure a job shortly after the boot camp, and here I am.
That's good. So let me, Ahmed, can you please also invite Dan here so that he also can share experience? And during this time, guys, you can definitely ask your questions. I'm going to direct your questions to them, and they're going to answer all your questions, okay? Okay, so
I think there's an issue with Dan, but I'll figure it out. We can continue with Gloria.
okay, then one of the questions, right? They started directly asking about the pay range. Was your pay range between 80K and 130K range?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what job did you secure, Gloria?
My title was QA, as in like quality analyst.
Quality analyst. Okay. And how long did it take for you to find the job after you finished the boot camp?
It took me, I want to say I was somewhere between 6 weeks or something like that after the boot camp.
Okay. So you prepared for the interviews like around
Mhm.
6 to 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. So so with your healthcare background, how hard was for you to, I mean, how hard did you find the boot camp? Was it difficult for you during the boot camp?
Of course it was a little challenging because, coding is not easy for anybody, no matter, what background you come from, even if you have a tech background. So of course, that was a bit challenging for me, but because we had homework and because we had other people in our study group that we could team up with and practice even after class, that helped me out a lot. And so I was able to grasp everything. And then also the way that the teachers kind of break coding down, it makes it a little bit easier for you to understand as well.
Okay, so I'm going to continue with the questions. So then you can also introduce yourself and then also share your experience. And then I'm going to direct some questions to you and some to Gloria.
Okay. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome. Hello. Is it my turn? Sorry. Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Dan, and I've been a QA engineer for a year now. And I joined the boot camp. Actually, my best friend called me one day. He says, "I've heard of this boot camp. Do you want to do it?" He told me a little bit about it. So I was like, you know what? I like technology and all that. And my best friend told me. And then, so we're going to do it together. So we stick through it together. Everything what Elion said is actually how it is. Everything is actually laid out for you to learn, and everything is easy and explained precisely to the T. Like I said, I didn't have a prior computer experience, so everything I learned here was from the start. I never knew any other prior functionalities or tools. Never used any of them. So, but if you have any questions, there's the team that actually will be there responding all of your inquiries and questions. And like Ilion said, they'll provide you with homeworks, and then that makes it easier to actually understand the concepts and the logics of a bunch of things, as well as we will be on groups together. So whenever we have groups together, we can actually study groups together. So everything is perfectly set up. And like Ilion said, one more time, if you actually do this, you get to it, you put your heart and mind to it, you dedicate your time, do not slack, do not miss days. If you miss a day, they're recorded, so go back and rewatch it and catch up. So yeah, stay up to date. Everything will work just fine. Everything is perfectly set up for you to actually succeed. It's only you that you make that decision.
Let me ask you the same questions that were asked to Gloria. And then what was your background before the boot camp? Did you have any IT background or something?
No, I did not have an IT background. I was actually an estimator for a construction company.
Okay. And so was it difficult for you during the boot camp, like learning coding and stuff, or did you have fun?
So it is difficult. I mean, it's an unknown ground, so it is difficult, but it's fun at the same time because actually you're playing. It's a whole different language, so you just make it fun. So, but it's not hard. It's actually explained very nice and easy. It should not be hard. It's not rocket science.
Okay, and then how long did it take for you to find a job after the boot camp?
Uh, 2 months and a half, less than 2 months, I think. Yeah. I was applying every day, so it was like I made my job hunting as my full-time job. I was jobless at the time, so I woke up 7 o'clock in the morning, started applying. Took my lunch break with the people, and after the lunch break, started applying. So I was probably applying 100 jobs a day. Not 100, that'd be a lot, but yeah, I was applying a lot.
Until you started getting some offers and then or the interviews.
Oh yeah,
after that.
I was getting calls and offers and interviews, definitely.
Okay,
If you stay active, you get activity.
And what about your friend? Did he you're talking about Mandy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Talking about Mandy.
Did he find a job before you or after you?
Actually, we both hired the same day.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't remember because it was like a year ago, but I know that. But I can tell you guys, Dan was one of the active students. He's, even right now, you can see in the phone, he's like walking around.
Yeah, I'm not at my house. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not at my house.
Maybe he's doing some gym, some workout there. So let me continue with the questions. Are you like, let's say, I don't want you to expose your company name, but let's say what is the domain that your that you were hired, Gloria and Dan?
So I work for this software solution company that work in different domains. They own H&R Block, TaxWise, ATX. They own healthcare applications. So yeah, I work in a software solution company.
What about you, Gloria?
It was with a government-based company. I don't want to say, if I say what it is, then they'll easily be able to Google my company.
Yeah,
But
so we don't want people to bother you and to
right.
like, let's say, hunt you down, but at least like so your background probably helped you. Was it in the healthcare domain or something
No,
else?
it's not healthcare, but it is dealing with like the election space and different things like that.
Okay, perfect. And then do you enjoy your job?
Yeah, you know what? I think part of it is because you feel like, okay, I don't have the experience. You kind of go into it with imposter syndrome. Like, am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to, be with all these people who have been probably coding for years, or, they may know more than me. But I will say, actually, when I did finish the boot camp, I actually was a little bit more knowledgeable than some of my other teammates. So it was pretty interesting to, see that.
So by the way, I have a question here. It says, why don't they use last name? We don't want them to use last name because we don't want you to go to their I don't know, accounts and try to hunt them down. That's why people, they are
Yes.
sharing their experience and then how the bootcamp was and every information. Okay. Do you need a college
Yes.
degree, Gloria, to work as a software? Like, do you need an IT background or any other college degree?
I have a college degree, but it's not necessary for to get a job in tech, especially like in the QA role and a few other tech positions. You don't necessarily have to have a tech background, but one thing that I do notice a lot is a lot of companies do ask specifically about, SQL, API, they want to know if you have that back-end experience. So.
Okay, perfect. And then let me ask you another question. So, like, another question is, how long was the boot camp? So I explained it is a 6 month boot camp, and then during this time you learn the tools, and then after that you apply for jobs, and then it might take you 2 months, 3 months, depending on I mean, how prepared you are, and also maybe also how lucky you are to find the job at the end, because the timing, it's not always the same, like Danny and his friend.
And also the effort. So I see a lot of people asking about, resumes and how do I get a job, or what percentage is this? But thing is, you have to get through the course first before you can even get to the job interview part. And each company will be different. So yes, some companies you may have to do a test where you have to share your screen during the interview. But some people, they may not even ask you any questions pertaining to that. So it may be all behavioral. So it's really dependent on the company as well.
So let me ask you this question. So you explained about going there, and Gloria explained about going to a company and people with experience. So how was your, I don't know, first month at the job then? Can you give me your experience about first weeks, let's say, or first month?
Yeah, so the first month really is just training. So, you have to basically learn about the software that you're actually going to be testing. So that's the first step. So the first month, I would say, is really laid back. It's really chill. You collect your check and you learn about, what you're going to be testing.
But still, you, right? For example, Dan, what about you? Did you have the stress the first month because there are people with experience?
Oh no. Oh no. First 2 weeks it's like I'm going through their programming. I'm doing what their policies is and rules and regulations, and you're getting familiar with the environment and the staff and everything. So they introduce you with everybody and how everything works with the company and the culture. So it's not bad at all actually. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not what I was expecting. It was great.
Okay, perfect. What about your work and life balance at your current job? Let's start with Dan and then with Gloria.
So my current position is hybrid, and I'm working 2 days in the office and then 3 days at home. And life work balance is great actually. I'm on salary, so I wake up very early. I wake up very early at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm there in the office at 7 o'clock because I like to leave early. So I'm actually the first person who's in the office before the administrator. I'm the one who turns the lights on. And
So
but
they allow you to go early and leave early in your company?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's great. I have the key to the door, so yeah. And after I get off work, I do my own. I go to the gym and all that stuff. My life work balance. I actually have a girlfriend now. That was too much to share. So yeah, I have a good life work balance.
So what about you, Gloria? Do you like to go early or maybe you go later to the work? Is the 40 hours work or maybe you have to work more? Like that's probably the question.
Where the job is on Eastern time, so I'm on Central time. So I sign in every morning at 8:30. So their hours are a little bit longer. It's 9:30 to 6:30. Um, and somebody also asked about working during a boot camp. I did have a full-time job during the boot camp, so I was getting off work and then signing into class. So I did work full time during that. But yeah, but I'm still done at 5:30 my time, Central time. So, that's still enough time for me to, run errands or do whatever it is I need to do.
Okay, perfect. And then we talked about the flexibility. So then you said that your job is hybrid. You go some days a week, or is it every day?
Yes, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm there in the office, and Monday, Thursday, and Friday, I'm working from home.
What about your Gloria? Is it not
I'm
in office?
100% remote.
Remote?
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice, Gloria. How do you like it?
that's good.
But you don't see
That's
people.
good.
I don't know. Sometimes I'd like to go maybe once or twice a day to the company so
Same.
people
Sometimes I turn on my camera,
so
I turn my camera on all the time. I'm the only one.
and then was it so you talked about the difficulty, right, during the program. You were working during the program, Gloria, you had a full-time job and you did the boot camp. What about you then? Were you like flexible since you didn't have a girlfriend during the boot camp? Maybe you'd have plenty of time.
Yes, that's the only reason I could do it. I was actually working from 9 to 5 and from 6 to 10 attending the boot camp, so it was actually perfect for me. I think it was written in the stars for me to do it, so it was perfect for me at that time of my life.
Yeah, it's about timing.
Yes.
So, so you have to seek for a job after you're done with the boot camp. Of course, you have to, as I explained, you have to apply for jobs, as Dan explained, apply 50 to 100 jobs a day. And then after like 2 or 3 weeks, you start getting interviews, and then you go to the interviews. You're probably going to mess up the first couple of interviews, but after that, you'll get used to it, and then you're going to start getting offers. By the way, did you get one offer or two offers, or how many offers did you get then?
I only got one offer. I was like, I'm just gonna get my feet wet first and then see how it works, because you never know, you might not love it. It's not for everybody, but it's actually great. So I was just like, let me try the first job application I get some experience, maybe learn new tools and everything, so enrich my resume. And that's actually what I'm doing. I'm getting more. I'm learning different tools other than the ones we learned. So yeah, it's great.
Okay, and the same for you, Gloria?
I had two offers, but the first offer, they ended up like changing the position at like the last minute. So I ended up going with my second offer.
Okay, perfect. And then Gloria, were you consistent during the boot camp, throughout the boot camp, or like did you have your times when you, I don't know, quit? That's
I never quit. First of all, I'm not going to pay my money for something and then quit. So, I was at every class. And then even if you do happen to miss a class for whatever reason, all of the classes are recorded. So you can still watch it, later that night or early, the next morning or something like that before the next class. But I definitely would not recommend missing the class, because sometimes you can ask questions, real time about the lesson for that day.
So we have a lot of questions. If we can answer them now a little bit short and fast. So you talked about how you manage your time, right? You said that you were working during the day and then during the bootcamp, like during the bootcamp hours? Another question is, what about the interviews? Were they mostly technical or 50-50 technical and let's say soft skills, behavioral questions?
You need to answer that?
Yeah, you can answer then, and then Gloria can also give her.
Okay, so I mean, interviews, so to make the interviews, some interviews can be hard, some interviews cannot be as hard, and then depending on the position, on the tools that actually they're offering, they're going to ask you questions on the tools that you know. Obviously, you don't know some other tools. So and let's say you apply for a position that you know the tools that you're learning, that you show on your resume. They're going to ask you technical questions towards those tools in the beginning, so they get to know if you actually know what you're doing and everything. And then if you proceed and you go over more with the managers, they're going to ask you soft skills questions. They're going to ask they want to know your behavior and all that stuff. So yeah, there's a mix before, but always first it's the technical questions.
Okay, and your experience, Gloria, mostly technical or soft skills?
I would say mostly soft skills, but every now and then I did run across, maybe they'll save like one technical question, like a coding question or something about SQL at the very end that you may have to answer.
Okay, so another question, how long does it take to become a QA? We said like during 6 months, we teach you the tools and everything, and then after that you apply for a job. Another question is, in your company, Gloria, are you using the same tools that you learned in the bootcamp, or are they using other tools in your company?
We are using a few new tools like Azure. We're using Heidi SQL instead of MySQL. And what
Did they
other?
train you for those tools, or did they give you time to learn those new tools?
Yeah, they give you time, and then some things they just kind of throw you in there and you just, but a lot of the tools are very similar to the tools that we learned in the boot camp. So it wasn't hard to just kind of pick up and keep it moving.
Okay, perfect. So then is bootcamp math related? Do you need to be a math genius to do the bootcamp?
Oh no, I'm not a math genius. No, thank God I know what's 1+1. But yeah, definitely not a math genius.
Yeah, so
No,
a lot of people are scared about, they think that you have to be a math genius to be a software engineer, let's say, right? But during the bootcamp, of course, there are some small things, but you don't like, there are simple things. People students in 5th grade can do it. And
yes, it's more logic,
yeah, logic, right?
actually.
Like the way of thinking.
Yeah.
So Dan explained about how he decided, his friend called him. What about you? How did you decide about to join the bootcamp, and why did you decide, Gloria?
Um, so I am a mom, so I don't think I said that earlier. So I just felt like I was at a point in my life where I wanted more flexibility. I was working late, long hours, so I wanted something where I could be home, by the time my daughter was home, or, if she had something at school, I could go up there to her meet the teacher nights and all that stuff. So I just was looking for something with more flexibility, and so now I have that, working fully remote.
Okay, perfect. And then you explained that it was possible for you to do the bootcamp with a full-time job. Of course, you have to dedicate yourself. You have to make sure that you're following the classes and like sacrifice from your life. But of course, if you want your life to change in 6 months, of course, you have to sacrifice a little bit. During the bootcamp,
Exactly.
yeah, you invested. Do you need to invest in Java coding? Of course, we teach Java coding during the bootcamp. But what about now, guys? You said that you're learning new tools, or for example, Gloria explained about her new tools. But what about you, then, in your company? Are you using Java and the tools that we learned, and other tools?
No, we're using C# and we're using ADO, Azure DevOps. So yeah, that's what we're using right now. We're not the same tools.
But you
And
didn't have those. You didn't have those tools on your resume.
no.
Did they say anything during your interviews and stuff?
No, that's actually when I was I had applied for a different position, and actually the recruiter called me. The company recruiter is like, "This is taken, but I have this for you." I'm like, "Let me see it." And then I was like, "But I don't have these tools." Like, it's okay. They'll teach you. You can learn them. And I'm like, "Okay, let's go for it. Let's give it a try. Why not?" And there's actually the company provides us with a LinkedIn Learning, and we actually take classes from the LinkedIn Learning from everything that you want to learn around revolving tech. So that's great. I can get all kinds of certifications for free.
Okay. And then Gloria said about her salary. What about yours? Is it close to 6 figures then?
Yeah, it is close to 6 figures.
Okay, perfect. And then another question, like it's not related to you. Do they need to seek the job and apply for jobs? Of course, you have to, as you said, at the end, you're going to apply for jobs, and then you're going to get interviews, and you're going to be prepared for the interview so that you'll be able to answer the questions and land the job at the end. So we're not promising that we're going to give you a job. We're going to teach you the tools. You're going to go to the interviews, and you'll be able to find the job similar to the people that have years of experience.
Leon, like I said, sorry to interrupt you, and I said previously, like you have to treat job hunting as your full-time job. If you really want a job, you got to do that. So yeah, nobody brings the plate full of food on your table. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So another question about the salary. So you explained. So is it, because now multiple questions, is it like 90K, more than 90K, less than, I don't know, like if you can say, because people are insisting on the,
it's around there. No, it's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're talking, as I said, we don't want to share the information of the students, like their last names or the company that they're working, because we want to because their privacy, right? So we don't want people to go to them. That's why. But you talking about the domain, which domain you're working, and also right, you're giving all the information relating to their experience. Another one is about the fee of the bootcamp. We're gonna explain that one after the students, so after the alumni. So we're gonna talk about the fee of the bootcamp, how it works and how it is. Yes, definitely. Just wait for it. After like 10 minutes, we're gonna explain about the fee. So of course they apply. Did you apply on LinkedIn and different platforms then?
Actually, I didn't apply much on LinkedIn because everybody's on LinkedIn. I tried Indeed. I tried different. Actually, I went to let's say Citibank, let's say Wells Fargo, Bank of America. I went on their actual websites and looked at careers and job openings.
Okay,
but I obviously used all the platforms that provide you, like Indeed. I forgot ZipRecruiter and all that stuff.
What about you, Gloria? Did you use LinkedIn a lot or more the others?
I use Dice, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, but ultimately I found my job on Indeed, actually.
Okay, that's good. And then you talked about the work-life balance. And then do you have to pay any fee to practice in the testers? No, you don't have to pay any fee to practice anything, but during the bootcamp to teach the tools, of course, there is a bootcamp. You have to pay that fee. And if this is that the fee that, because some of the questions are very vague, and I have to try to understand before I ask them to you. Okay, so Elion, my name is definitely there. I'm the lead instructor. My name is in the website, so you can look at my information there and find me and ask me questions whenever you want. So, questions. So you both of you were in you were in United States, right?
Yes.
So which state were you?
We're both Texas.
So but you found a job in your state or in different states? So then probably since you're going once or twice a day, so definitely it's your state. What about you, Gloria? Is it in the same state or a different state?
No, it's a different state. And actually, the job that I have was, most of their employees are actually on site. So I kind of got lucky with being remote. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. What are the benefits general in the field? Okay, were your job full-time or contractor, Gloria?
Full-time.
Full-time. And do you get the benefits like PTO and medical?
Yeah, you get PTO, insurance, 401k, paid vacations, all that.
What about your Dan? Is it full-time?
I am full-time. I have benefits. I have paid time vacation. I have all that good stuff.
And by the way, guys, we have some students who find a job, because there are different types. You can find a job as a contractor, right? Which you are not getting the benefits. Some of the students, they find a job like that. And also there are different people who, so you're going to learn about those information a lot during the bootcamp and especially towards the end of the bootcamp. Yes, Ahmed.
I think we're like a little bit ahead of our time, so like we can just go with the rest of the presentation because I know everybody is super excited for the rest information, tuition fee, placement fee, all the bonuses that we offer. But all the questions are great and like definitely we can answer them later in our presentation. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Gloria, for coming and sharing your time. Same for you, then. Thank you very much. And I hope you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, and whoever's joining, good luck on your endeavors. Actually, so you'll do all right.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good night.
Take it from here, Ahmed.
All right, thank you. So let me start with introducing myself. And once again, guys, thank you so much, Gloria. Then you guys were great, and so happy to see your faces here. Let me take over. My name is Ahmed. I'm one of the instructors here at Newt Academy, and I am actively working as a software tester. Let me share my screen. I guess you're not able to see my screen yet. Here we go. Okay. So as Elion mentioned, I'm just gonna go over it, how you'll learn through the live classes, individual projects, office hours, and so many other stuff that you see on the screen, okay? And these are really important, and this is something that we have developed over the time. And obviously, one of the things that we offer, what defines our success is for you to be placed in a high-paying IT job, right? So that's what we call a job placement. And for that, we will go over and we will be helping you to build your resume. We will help you with all the soft skill enhancements. Throughout the program, you will have a chance to have one-on-one mentoring. So you will be assigned to mentors. I'm sure this was asked, like I was just scrolling through the chat. There are like mock interviews, and what is that? We do a mock interview for you to actually complete the program. So if you are ready, that means you actually pass the mock interview with us, and you get a good feedback, and then you are released to the job market. And obviously, we will also provide you lots of information about how to apply jobs, where to apply jobs, when to apply. So all those questions will be covered. We have a designated placement team just for your questions. And this will also include like extensive knowledge on the market, the job market, and obviously, you will also have access to our alumni network. So those who's wondering about their last names, once you join our bootcamp and complete it, when you become our family, you will also have access to our alumni network. So that's why we keep it secret, right? So one thing that I want to say, by the way, a couple of notes. I'm not checking the chat right now, so feel free to ask your questions. I will collect them and we'll answer them at the end of it. We'll be here. We have time, so don't worry. And in a couple slides, I'll go over the tuition fee and everything. But of course, I want to show you guys like how does the job market look like right now? What to expect when you actually receive an offer letter. So if I may, I hope you can see my screen still. We go here. All right, so this is one of the recent offers that we have received. Let's go over it. Obviously, like this is a really, really high role. This was already an alumni and like changing a job. So this was the 120, which is a good rate. We have another one. The title is QA tester. This is a 90K annually. This is also great. This is a different type of contract. It's a per hour rate, $51 per hour. Still not bad. This is a little bit like a really high example, but you know, this was still an offer. 175. Obviously, we're not actually promoting this one because we need to give you an average. So I don't want you to come at me and be like, hey, I received an offer, but it's like 145 in the info session. I saw that you guys are showing offer letters for 175. What's up? You know, so that's why we always give you guys a range. This is another offer, 125, and we have like so many of them. Obviously, once you get a job offer, it's not just like doesn't stop right there. We will still give you support. We will guide you how to maximize your compensation, how to negotiate, how to decide between multiple offers, which happened a lot. So this is how it goes. These are some of the companies that our alumni is actively working on. And again, you can be one of them. Like I know this is this is like dream companies, and why not you, right? So the most important part, are you ready? It's coming out. Okay. So our tuition fee, and I'll explain you slowly how it works, but don't just go right now because we have some bonuses, discounts special for today. Okay. So as you know, we have something called tuition fee, which is $4,900 that can be divided into 7 monthly installments. Okay. Once you finish the bootcamp and you are released to the job market and you find your first job and you complete your first month, then we kindly ask for 85% of your first monthly salary. Okay, so that's a one-time fee. And this is okay, why we do that? Because we don't want you to be burdened by a hefty amount of tuition fee. Rather, we take the risk, and also we prove it to you by showing that, you know, we're actually taking a risk on our end here too. And by risk, like, it's really minimize risk, because we know this program is tested and proven. So same goes for this. So the tuition fee is the fee that you pay throughout the program with the 7 monthly installments. And once you complete it, if you find a job, you get to pay. And I'm saying if, my bad, I actually want to say when, because it's a matter of when, not a matter of if. The reason, again, if you don't, like, so for some reason you change your mind and you don't actually want to continue, or like you don't want to pursue a career as a software tester, that means you don't get to pay this. I mean, you don't have to pay it 85%. And both payments are available for in-house interest-free installments. Okay, so you don't have to worry about how to do it, because we know, I really, like, this is something that I always say, I stood where you're standing right now, and I know how tough it gets, but it's also like we're here to help, and that's why we offer all of that. What do you have? We have some discounts available, so we still have some time. As you know, our program is going to be starting on April 21st. So till then, till March 15th, which is a good amount of time, we have a $300 early bird discount. Okay, so that would bring your tuition fee $300 down, which is $4,600. On top of that, for today's only, and if you use the code alongside with the, while you're applying, which I will show you, don't worry, we will offer you another $50. So that would bring your monthly payment to $650. Is that it? Like, do we, like, this is the final price? Obviously not, because what we love for you to have your friends and family members join the program together. There are a couple of reasons, because once you join with your friends, like as a group, you actually get to work better, study better, and then there's a higher chance of you being successful in this area. You might be coming from a friend or a family member, or you know someone as an alumni. Please make sure to mention that too. That might make you eligible for an additional discount. And again, as I mentioned, group discounts are really important. So please don't forget to mention, or like if you have a friend, just like Dan here, and like thinking about it, maybe just like pushing you into it and seeing how it's gonna go. Just let them know that there is no risk. You can join together because there's an incentive, which is additional discount. Why did I say there is no risk? This is why. First of all, you can just, whatever you've seen so far, you can just save your place by applying, and then you can change your mind till April 21st. Why I'm saying April 21st to change your mind? Because you don't have to pay anything at all till April 21st. Even after that, what we offer 100% refund. So that means you can actually come and try for 30 days and see for yourself. If you like it, stay. If not, no questions asked, 100% refund. So that means, again, like there's this, it's technically a 30-day trial for us. Why we want you to save your place right now? Obviously, we have limited seats, and like this is a great time and great chance to lock that discount. I can assure you, we won't be able to offer this discount in our next info session. So I dare you to join our next info session to ask your questions, but save your space, save your seat, so that you don't have to worry about what's going to happen. Because again, at the end of the day, I can talk here for an hour. You might still have questions about the program. You might be questioning if this is real, if it's too good to be true or not. But what I challenge you to do is like come and see for yourself. Again, if you don't like it, you have nothing to lose but to gain a good amount of information about software testing. Okay, so the next one is going to be how to reach us out. Before I start going into details, one thing that I want to mention, those trying to schedule a call. Like we're getting lots of emails, so please do not panic because like right now we are under a very high demand, which we are so grateful. And we're actively working to answer your calls, answer your emails, answer your text messages and everything. But so this is the best email to shoot a message, to ask a question. If you want to schedule a call and ask and discuss your situation, the second link, which I'll show you how to get there in a couple ways, is also really good. Or if you're just old school and you want to actually just leave, like call us and connect to someone, that's the number. Okay. So what you can do if you feel like you're ready. Again, from my perspective, we covered everything, right? Like I feel like there is no questions. Obviously there are questions, but let's say that you just want to see because you're excited and you want to see how it's going to go. What you do, you just click this link, and from this link, this will take you to our wonderful website. And here you just get to fill out the information. For the reference name or discount code, please put whoever, like if you have a referral, it can be like your friend, family member, an influencer, and plus February 19, Feb 19 to here to be eligible for our additional discount. And if you have any additional notes and questions, you can always put it here. And the next section, you'll get to be to getting a call. Sorry about that. And there you can easily schedule a call. If you don't find any available slots, we are actively working to open a new one. So we'll be there to answer your questions. Get to have your phone call. Okay. So let me wrap it up because I know it took a little bit too much, but they were like great questions, and I was so excited to see them. Like also Gloria and Dan was great. So why us? Why Neotech Academy? Obviously, we're passionate and motivated about helping our students. Again, we also stood where you're standing right now, so we understand the struggle. We understand how it goes. This program is tested and proven with hundreds of alumni, and they're actively working with Fortune 500 companies and so on. And obviously, we're constantly working on making our program better. That's why we want to reach more people. We want to just see what we can do better. And here we are trying to help you. So come and try for yourself. So that's going to be all of it. Now it's the questions Q&A section. Let's hear those questions. And we can just do that. So I can start from the last.
Ahmed, one of the questions that people are asking is, can you go back to the price so that they understand it better? Like I saw some questions about the pricing. So as Ahmed mentioned, right, the price is 4,900. The price, of course, after the discounts, you can make the calculations, but that is during the. Can you go back to the previous slide? That is the 4,900 is the price for the 6 months bootcamp, right? So you can pay that one in installments. So let's say 700 per month. And the first day of the bootcamp, April 21st, you're going to pay the first installment, which is $700. During the 30 days, you can watch all the classes, you can watch everything. And then if you decide to leave, if you don't want to continue with the bootcamp, guys, you'll be refunded 100%. So you have a 30 days trial period. That is very important. So that is during the bootcamp. And then, of course, as we mentioned, we help you, right? And Ahmed is the expert of job placement, right? So he helps you with applying for the jobs and everything, right? So with his team, of course. So after you find the job, we ask you for the 85% of the first month. Also, that one will be paid with installments. So we don't get you the first month, the first day, and then you don't have anything for your family. But also that one is with installments. So why do we get that 85%? That was one of the questions. Because we help you during the bootcamp. We teach you everything, and also after the bootcamp, preparing the resume, applying for the jobs, with everything. We push you, and our mentors, right? They will help you during this process, right? So that's why. And also, if you get offers, right? Sometimes a lot of questions like will come, and as I said, Ahmed is the expert about that field. They will help you with how to answer those questions and everything. So there's I don't know if you have any other questions about the pricing, and then we can continue. And of course, there are a lot of discounts. So you have the early bird. So since we have 2 months, you have the $300 from the 4,900. You have $300 discount. You have the $50 discount. And then if you are a group of friends, 2 or 3, you have other discounts, because we want you to do it together with your friend, so that you push each other, you help each other, and also you are succeeding together with your friends. That's why we're making this discounts, and we'll definitely help you right during this process. So that is that. Do you have any other questions about the?
Oh, no, wait. Okay. So I just saw one question and it's asking like it's a 100K course. No. I guess that was the confusion there. You're only asking for 85% of your first monthly salary. So let's say that if you are getting close to like one of these offers here, like 120 or like 90K, that would bring your monthly salary to close to like 8 to 9K, and it's going to be 85% of that, and that will be divided into 7 monthly installments. So the placement fee is never like that. And you might be, if you're in the market for like a boot camp, you might hear about some ISO, like income share agreements and everything. Those, you might see that they don't ask for a tuition fee at all. They'd be like, oh, come join. But they're asking for 2 years of your salary, for like 20% of your 2 years amount of your salary and stuff like that. We don't do that. That's like too much of a taking advantage of you. We want you to actually enjoy your first salary, everything, that lifestyle. So that's why. I have some questions that I would like to go over that I've like thank you for the admission team. They took a note there. So a couple of them, what tools we will use on the bootcamp, during the bootcamp, and do you guys need to bring anything like books and stuff like that? No, everything, all you need to bring is your computer and yourself, and the rest will be provided by us. So all the tools will be shared with you, what you need to install and everything, and we'll have a designated team to assist you in this process. So this is all like free. We will have some sample classes. If you join right now, if you just like contact us and complete the process, you'll have access to our sample classes. So even before April 21st, you get to see how a live classes system like is working, if it's for you or not. If it's not, again, no hurt feelings. So the jobs here, we have like the question is, are the jobs contract based, or is it like full-time jobs? There are various options. There are also like full-time jobs and the contract-based jobs. We help you to get, again, the best for you, best suits your your system or what you want to have. One question: how many hours do you have to study outside of this live, like all the schedules that, like all the classes we have, which is right here? I would say everybody has a different way of learning, but I would say like 1 hour or 2 hours a day would be more than enough for you to actually understand the progress. All of our classes are being recorded, so even if this schedule is not for you, you can easily watch all of the classes, because after the class is completed, they will be available for you to watch. And I can say I've had many students like that. They were like they were easily find a job after like watching the classes later. So we do understand that the schedule might be a little bit tricky, but obviously attending the live classes or look, this is encouraged. It's better, but you can easily do it yourself too.
So again, the same, like a couple of questions about now another one is why 85%? It's because some of the boot camps, they prefer you to pay $15,000 upfront, right? So they wanted to pay the whole price like that. We trust the process. We want you to pay only $4,900 during the boot camp, during the process that you're learning, and then after you find the job, you pay the rest. So that is our way of promoting. So we make it easy for you. That is why we are splitting that payment in two. About certification, so there are a lot of certificates that you can get, but as we said, this bootcamp is for you to be able to find a job at the end, not to get a certificate. Of course, there are certificates that you can get, which we suggest, but of course, those are not a must. Most of our students, they didn't get any certificate to be able to find a job at the end. And then the videos, as we said, like those are recorded, those are shared with you, and you can watch the videos even after the class, right? You can rewatch the videos. So there are a lot of questions, guys. So please don't be sad if we cannot answer all the questions, because there are questions are coming there randomly. So definitely you can schedule a call and you can ask more questions. You don't have to decide like as of right now. Definitely you can ask questions. You can, like, you have plenty of time after up to April 21st. But even if you like, if you want to reserve a spot, make sure you reserve a spot, you sign a contract, you don't need to pay anything. If you go back to go to that slide, Ahmet, to make sure that, yeah. So until April 21st, guys, even if you sign a contract, you can cancel it until April 21st. You don't have to pay anything. On April 21st, you make the first payment, which is, let's say, $650 if you make the contract today. And then you have 30 days to try the bootcamp to see if it works for you, if it's math concentrated or not, if it's difficult or if you can do it and everything. And then during these 30 days, if you decide to, it's not for you, and if you decide to quit, you will let us know and we're gonna refund you even the first payment. And then if you like it and if you want to continue, then we continue with the second payment on May 21st, which is the second payment. Okay, so that is how it works. By the way, guys, and one of the questions there, guys, was about the address. So our bootcamp is 100% online, so you can watch it from your home. You can watch it from wherever you want. So I live in New Jersey. Ahmet lives in Virginia. So every person, right, have their house there where they live. So those are right. And by the way, me, Ahmet, and we are also the co-founders of Neotech Academy, and also we have our friend Isan, which is not here. So you can have any question that you want, guys. I see that there are some questions there about the address, about the last names and stuff. We're open to you. You can trust and believe whatever you want, guys.
Yeah, that's why I mean, I can just say this. You can just come and try for yourself. And on the same note, we're also having some meetups. Then that last one was in New York. We got all together with our alumni, with the, our prospects, with everyone. So feel free to, we will be sharing that information with you if you'd like to join and see us like face to face. But our next program, again, starting on April 21st. The one after this is probably going to be sometime in September, but I'm not getting on top of my head.
First or second week of September.
So, yes, the first week of September. So, and that's pretty much it. There are great questions, and those will be easily answered with a email or a call. And let me see if I'm missing something. I guess, yeah, that will be all. So you guys know how to reach us out.
Yeah. One of the things is about Canada, right? So if you are from Canada, you're gonna find a job in Canada. If you are in United States, then you're going to find a job in United States. If you are from Albania, like I'm myself, right? Then I'm originally from. So definitely, if you have a working visa in the United States, you can come here, you can work here. If you live in Albania, if you don't have a working visa, then you can only find a job in Albania. You cannot find a job in the United States. So that is the information that you need to know. And then the alumni, of course, they need our help, right? During the job application process, like with the recruiters and everybody. That's why, of course, right? Of course, after they find the job, we also they find the job and we get our 85% of the first month, right? But of course, we give them time to settle down and then to make that payment in installments too. That's how we follow up with the students. Yes. Any other things that you want to add, Ahmed?
No, this was great, and I'm so happy to have these many great questions. And obviously, my take on this would be just come and try for yourself. But on top of it, this session is being recorded and it will be available for you guys after this call. But this discount is not going to be available for too long. So make sure to sign up right now and save your spot, save your place, and we would love to see you in our classes.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Maybe see you on April 21st.